You probably think about creating content more than you think about anything else in your business. It's the one thing you know you should be doing more of, but every week feels like a struggle. And while you're trying to wind down on a Sunday night, you're worrying about what to post next week and how you're going to find the time to create content alongside all your other priorities. That's what makes creating content so overwhelming. It's just one part of your business, but it feels all-consuming without the right structure. And most businesses reach a point where they start fantasizing about quitting social media entirely. I know, because I've been one of them. For years, we've watched people build empires on social media, but what they didn't show you was how they did it. How they organized their time, what their idea generation actually looked like, how they scripted and produced their content, and how it's possible to do all of this if you are a team of one. And if you've ever found yourself saying, if only I could just see how the top performers do it, then I could replicate the system and have the same results. Well, now you can. Because the businesses that master content creation aren't doing anything that you can't do. They're juggling the same amount of work, the same level of responsibility. The only difference is they have a system with a production line that takes content from start to finish so that they can run the same predictable process where ideas come in, content comes out again and again. Then they look at what worked, double down on that, or look at what didn't and iterate that. The whole thing runs like a machine where past performance informs future decision-making, and it's simple enough to repeat long-term, so they have a steady stream of organic leads. Now, this is how a successful content operation should work. But most business owners never implement this because they don't have a system. I would know because for a long time, I didn't have one either. And it's what made me almost quit my YouTube channel just before it took off and grew to over 1 million subscribers. When I was building that channel, I was working a full-time 40-hour-a-week job, and every single day looked the same. I was up at 5 a.m. working on content, then I would go and do my day job. I would be home by 6 to film, edit, and schedule until about 10 p.m. at night. Then I would do it all over again. I was chronically online. I remember making dinner, stirring with one hand, typing with another. I'd sit down for dinner with something processing on my phone so the minute it did, I could schedule it. That was my life before, because I had no structure around creating content. It was just organized chaos. And I kept telling myself it was a means to an end. But months went by, I was burning out, and I had little to show for it because what I really needed was a way to make content creation easy. I wanted to stop scrambling for ideas, stop spending every minute of my day thinking about content. I needed to manage to do everything myself without burning out so that I could actually make time for my business. So I started building what became the content system I have today. A system where every idea has a home, so your idea pipeline is always full. A system where every piece of content has a clear path from concept to being published. And a system where every week has a structure, so I could stop making it up as I went and run this as a solopreneur. That was 4 years ago. Since then, I've spent years refining the system behind how I create content. And this is the system that helped me build my community to over 1.5 million followers. And in the last month alone, grow my audience on Instagram by over 47,000 followers. Now, I created the content system because I needed to put content creation on easy mode. Here's how it will revolutionize the way you create content. Most people sit down at the start of the week, scrolling through their feed, looking for ideas. Then end up wasting time, either comparing themselves to the competition or just distracted watching TikToks. This is why the first process in the content system is the idea bank. You can think of this as your central source for all ideas, and it only takes 90 seconds for you to benefit from it. All you need to do is make one easy habit change. Instead of scrolling mindlessly like Charlie over there, scroll strategically. Every time you pick up your phone, Save ideas into the idea bank, then fill in a few short prompts. And in less than 90 seconds, you are ready to act on that idea instead of procrastinating watching dog videos. Now, the content system trains you to change your behavior so that you can go from being a passive consumer of content to someone who is mining for ideas every time they pick up their phone. And if you're thinking, but I save ideas all the time and that's not helping. The problem is, most people save vague ideas without any real context to jog their memory when they come back to develop them. So 2 weeks later, they're looking at their notes app like, what the hell? Or maybe they've got over 1,000 screenshots saved and have done a grand total of nothing with any of those ideas. Because having an idea and actually processing it are two different things. The content system teaches you to take that idea through a thinking process. So when you're actually ready to work on it, most of the thinking is already done. And because you are doing this constantly, you always have ideas ready for the second process, which is the workflow. Now, this is where you actually take ideas from concept to a scripted video and edit plan, because the best performing content doesn't start at the filming stage like most people think it does. It's all in the planning. This is where the system takes you through the creation process before you even hit record, so that you know what you are going to say, what you are going to do, and how it needs to be edited. And if these processes don't come easy to you, because they didn't to me either, the system includes a templates database with proven frameworks for you to follow. So you never have to waste time staring at a blank screen. And you can just turn up on filming day with a clear plan and zero decisions to make. Now, this cuts down production time significantly because the biggest drain on every business owner's time is decision making. And honestly, the last thing you want on filming day is to be making more decisions. The content system removes all of that friction. It is the difference between turning up to film with a half-baked idea and a few vague notes on your notes app that don't really tell you how you're going to present, versus having a clear script, video and edit plan, so you can hit record, communicate with confidence, and actually stick to the amount of time you have allocated for filming instead of running over time, doing multiple retakes because you weren't happy with your performance because you didn't have a clear plan. The content system saves you from making the mistakes that actually make content creation inefficient and unnecessarily stressful. Now, at the end of the workflow is the final process, review. This is where the system feeds back into itself and becomes your greatest asset. And all it takes is 5 to 10 minutes of your time every other week. Now, if you're thinking, I don't have 5 to 10 minutes for more work, here's why you'll actually want to make time for this. This process will reveal which ideas are worth doubling down on, so there's no more guesswork. And it will show you which ideas need further iteration, so you can stop being emotional when content underperforms and critique it objectively based on the data. You'll also be able to track which ideas resulted in the most leads, so you can prioritize this type of content for launches and other campaigns. But there's another part of this system that the best creators are already using as their competitive advantage. It's where you take your top performing content and turn it into a template to get results just like these. This is all because I reviewed a video format that was consistently performing and then turned the script into a template where I could just swap out relevant copy for each concept. Before I'd spent any time producing these videos, I already knew they were going to blow up, all because I took 5 to 10 minutes to review, and I used the competitive advantage the content system gave me. This revolutionizes your content creation because you're developing ideas based on top performers instead of winging it every week. Now, your organic content starts doing the work it's supposed to do when you utilize this, instead of being a constant source of stress. With the content system, you have a pipeline of ideas, a process to take them through production, a process to review performance, and feedback into your idea pipeline. These are simple processes that make content creation an asset to your business instead of being something you dread doing every week. This system helps you cut your creation time in half so that you can get back to business and no longer feel like you're on the content creation hamster wheel like so many creators do. So here's what you actually get with the content system. A plug-and-play Notion dashboard with all 4 processes built in and ready to run from day 1. 8 short videos that walk you through the whole thing. And when I say short, I mean it. This system is built around efficiency, and I'm not about to waste your time making you sit through a 20-minute video that should have just been 2 minutes. You also get the full template library. These are done-for-you templates so you never stare at a blank screen again. You plug your idea in and the structure is already there for you. Plus a filming guide and weekly planner. So every single part of your content operation has a process behind it. You get all of this for just $59, which for the amount of headaches this has saved me alone, revenue generated aside, is an absolute steal. The link is below. If you're ready to stop scrambling every week, stop the Sunday scaries, and stop being glued to your phone, the content system is ready for you to plug and play.